Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in bonnie Scotland. We have got the XP DEUS II and we have also got Mr. Marty and Lexi the Wonder Dog. Lexi the lucky charm. Normally when she's out we find something good. No pressure, Lexi. Marty obviously got that hammered coin, he got a Roman coin. We've had a few hammered coins and various relics off this field and the neighbouring field. Lots of milled silver coins as well. And I got the George II 1745 shilling off this field just a few days ago too. So fingers crossed there is some good stuff to be had. Let's see what we get. Yet again, straight in with a signal. I've literally walked 10 metres, 15 metres from the edge of the field, and we've got a pretty good sounding 85, 86. And you'd have to think that's a coin all day long, but I don't want to tempt fate. But certainly the last few days out, we've always picked something up almost straight away, and it's been a coin every time. So let's see. Martin's had 2 bullets so far, and I've taken out the clod, and about 6 inches down I can see a white edge. Do you see that there? Now I reckon that's either a bottle top or a lead seal, and I'm going with a bottle top, and I think I'm right. Oh no, I'm not. I'm wrong. It's a lead seal. What a start. 1859 I think we've got. Beautiful. Right, let's give it a wee rub up and see how much detail we've got on it. Well done to the XP DEUS II. Straight in with a good find. Nice little relic. That is a Russian lead seal, a bag seal. I've no idea what it says, but you can see the date 1859, 1859. The back a little bit more worn. You can see the 2 little slots at either end. That's where the ribbon or the piece of string went through. And these were attached to bales of flax that came over from Russia, from the eastern part of Europe, all the way through the 17th century, 18th century into the 19th century, because this area in Perthshire was famous for milling. They were milling using the power of water to drive machinery, which then turned flax into linen. And also in this area there were huge amounts of jute mills, a really heavy fabric or textile that was produced en masse. Brilliant, great start. Not had one of these for a wee while, been a few months anyway, so I am over the moon with that. I thought that was going to be a bottle top all day long. Just 5 minutes in and another signal. Solid 53. Right about there. Looks like quite a smallish target, so maybe a button, maybe a buckle. Let's see what we get. Not quite so good a signal now that it's out the hole, but it seems to be somewhere in here. Wee fragment of lead, maybe? Nope, what is that? It's a stone. Okay, so it's not a bit of lead. Nope. What's that? That's a stone. And that's not it either. I can't see it for looking at it. What is that? Nope. What? What is going on here? Now I've moved it. You're probably all watching this. You've probably seen it already. Oh. So I've put it back in the hole. It's in this. There it is there. It's a bit of lead. I thought that was a leaf. It is a little strip of lead, a little offcut of lead. Probably off of a sheet of roofing lead. Could be hundreds, even thousands of years old. But we'll never know. Basically, it's junk. I suspect this one's not going to be particularly good. Well, sounds a wee bit better than it did. It's a 77, solid number. Is that a big target? It's about there. It's, well, one of those ones. Let's dig it and see what we get, but I've not got high hopes. We're out the hole, not particularly deep thankfully, because it's starting to get a bit stonier. Probably 4 inches or less in depth. That's it there, I think. It is. We have a little piece of lead. Has it been something at some point? A couple of lines on it, but I think it's just a little piece of junk. Yep, I think so. Would have been nice if it was some sort of papal seal from the time of Robert the Bruce, but I suspect it's just a little fragment of junk. Oh well. We have an ear blower, an absolute ear blower. This is either solid 94, this is either a bit of silver or it's a tin can. That's what I'm reckoning. Or it's something that's not very deep. Or it might be none of them. Only one way to find out. But I think it's a coin. A bit deeper than I expected. Clod was about 6 inches deep, so probably about 7 or 8 inches deep. And it's somewhere in here. Don't see a tin can yet, which is good. Is that a bit round? It's either a coin, or it's a bit, no, it is a coin, I was going to say, or a bit off a hand grenade. Now that is a coin. That's pretty chunky, very chunky in fact. I think this is going to be another Georgian. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Georgian coins in the last few days, I think. If it is Georgian, that is. I can see a couple of letters there, so I think we're going to get a little bit of detail off it. I'm going to guess George the III, but it could be George the II. I'll give it a wee rub-a-dub and get back to you. As you can see though, the light is fading. Hopefully I'll get another half hour or so. We'll see what happens. It's pretty toasty. They normally are, unfortunately, the Georgian coins, because they're pretty much all made of copper, so they don't survive brilliantly well, but you can just make out the figure of Britannia seated and the words Britannia around the outside edge. I can never remember if the date would be here. I think that is a date there actually. Let's see. It's not very easy because the light's fading. Give me a second. There is a date there, but I just can't make it out. No, can't make it out. But you can see, I think it's 17, maybe 1799 or 1797, something like that. But you can see, look, the old bendy thumb, look at that, it's bringing it to life. All the letters are suddenly becoming much, much clearer. It's not actually that bad at all, is it? That is a very chunky, what I'm guessing is a penny. And if it is 1797, it's going to be George the III. What do we reckon? Not so good on this side. You can see an outline of a head there though. And the letters Georgius. There'll be a 111 up there, and then it'll say Rex, King. And I think I can just make out a large potato-shaped head facing to the right-hand side. So it is George III again, 1760 to 1820. The madness of King George, amongst other things. But it's a coin. It's my first coin. And it's yet another sign of Georgian activity in and around this field. So that's good. Very good. Hopefully more to come. We are starting to lose the light. I've actually had to put my light on in my camera so I can record. But I got a 74 there, and it has produced a bullet. I'm guessing that's probably a 303, but could be a different calibre. But as I mentioned before, we're very close to the old firing range. This is probably from the Second World War era, but we'll see if we can get anything else before we completely lose the light. On to the next. $60, $64, $65. What do you make of that, Mr. Marty? Medieval Marty? Medieval Marty detects.
I'm going to say lead.
Lead. He says lead. I think it could be lead, or it could be a copper alloy button. Only one way to find out. The light is fading that much. Either that there is a stone, or it's the signal. It looks green. I've had to put the light on. It is that. Yep, it is that. What is that? That is copper alloy. You know what I think that is? I think that's medieval. I think that's a dagger chape, possibly. So when you had a little knife and you wore it on your belt, it had like a leather holster that you put your dagger into, and at the very top you would have had, so imagine there's the tip of your dagger down here, and up here there'd have been a little copper band at the top that your knife would have slotted in to guide it into the leather, and then to stop you stabbing yourself in the leg, it was metal tipped at the bottom. And I think that's what that is. I think that is a dagger chape, which if it is, that could be 700, 800, 900 years old if it's medieval, and if it is a dagger chape. What do you reckon to that? Don't see any decoration on it, but the light is fading. I don't see anything, but it definitely looks copper alloy. It's got a little sort of slit in the bottom. It's got a little hole as well. Only on one side though, not on both sides. But I think that could be a very ancient relic. Let me know in the comments below, but if that is, then I am pretty delighted with that. So if someone could confirm, that would be fantastic. Okay folks, we have got Lexi the Lucky Charm. She's been a relatively good lucky charm. We didn't get any hammered, we didn't get any gold, but I got a lead seal. What else did you get, Marty?
2 bullets.
2 bullets. Marty got 2 bullets. He peaked too soon. And I get this thing here, which I think might be a chape for a dagger. Let me know in the comments, but if it is, then I think that could be very, very old. So, we're not far away from a medieval fort, which dates back to the 11th century, so it's possible. But either way, let me know, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next dig.